What up, family? I'm Kefre, and this is Back to the Basic. Today's video is entitled Crystals and You. Let's get into this. Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. I'm fearless. Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in. The word crystal etymologically means ice, frost, or simply that which begins to freeze. A crystal is a stone formed by the solidification of a chemical substance having a highly regular atomic structure. In these modern times, crystals are used as a component in various electronic devices, such as chips, transistors, flash drives, cell phones, and tablets. Basically, anything that uses radio waves depends on it. The main purpose for a crystal is communication. That is why they can be found in any CB unit. If we examine a natural crystal structure, we will see that it is in perfect balance, and when electrical energy is applied to it, it either shrinks or expands the structure. As the crystal structure expands and contracts, it converts the received electrical energy and releases mechanical energy in the form of sound waves. So there you have it. Crystals are in fact communication devices that conduct radio waves and are semiconductors. Semiconductors are composed of crystals made of several materials. It is typically a solid chemical element or compound that conducts electricity under certain conditions, but not others. You see, a substance that can conduct electricity is called a conductor, and a substance that cannot conduct electricity is called an insulator. Semiconductors have the properties that sit between the conductor and insulator of electricity, making it the ideal medium to control electrical current and everyday electrical appliances. To better understand how they work, you must understand atoms and how electrons organize themselves into layers called shells inside an atom. The outermost shell of an atom is called a valence shell. Electrons in the valence shells are the ones that form covalent bonds with other atoms. Most conductors have just one electron in the valence shell. Semiconductors, however, have 4 electrons in their valence shell. If atoms nearby are made of the same valence, the electrons will bind with the valence electrons of another atom. When this happens, the atoms organize themselves into crystal structures. Now that we know all about crystals, the question now is, what does this have to do with you? Well, a crystal is a known quantum converter. A quantum converter is an interface in the domain of frequencies. In computer science, it is the circuitry that links one device to another, with the ability to transmit energy in a magnified state, and this energy can easily be absorbed or received by biological matter, such as your physical body. What many don't know is that the human body is in fact a semiconductor that is capable of transmitting energy in the form of outformation and information, or intellect and outtellect, at a magnified rate. You see, when you beam light inside a crystal and bring it to a standstill, it can then be used to store information in the latticework of the open spaces, which can then be compressed or expand with certain stimuli, making the crystal vibrate, sing, or chant. These vibrations make up waves which human receptors can pick up and convert back to binary information. That means that you can communicate with crystals. The reason for this is that all things are connected, including the wave particles within the crystal. And since your body is a semiconductor, which is a crystal, like the crystal, your body functions as a communication device as well. If we examine the human tendons, which etymologically means to stretch, for it relates to the elastic cord-like strings of tough connective tissues by which your muscles are attached to the bones. You'll find that your tendons are in fact composed of crystalline structures of collagen molecules, such as collagen fibers. Collagen fibers is the fiber in the extracellular matrix of connective tissues that are typically arranged in bundles of indefinite length. These collagen fibers are composed of smaller fibers called collagen fibrils. Fibrils are the thread-like structures that are made up of cells called fibroblasts, which secretes collagen proteins that are used to provide a stable framework for your tissues. They also play a role in healing your wounds. Your connective tissues are in fact a highly ordered array of molecules, and whether it's in liquid or solid form, it is still a crystal. Your very organs are submerged in liquid crystals of water. Your brain is composed of billions of magnetite crystal particles. Your DNA molecules, when placed in a solution of water and salt, also forms liquid crystals. The myelin sheath of your nerve also have crystals, and your bones have liquid crystals as well. I said all this to say that anything that uses radio waves depends on crystals, and your body is not exempt from this reality. Semiconductors are not only able to conduct energy, they also conduct out formation into information if you are well connected to your station. You see, semiconductors are also able to store energy and even amplify signals and filter information. And since your connective tissue system is also made of crystals, it too can process out formation into information, making each of you a receiver. Sound has a relationship with different states of what is called matter. Material structures of objects like crystal stones in your physical body is made up of the same energy. When you look at the word stone and move the S from the front to the back of the word, you get the word tones, and thus stones have a vibration, which are frequencies. What many don't know is that all frequencies are related and can be pleasing or painful to an individual. We ancients knew the correlation between harmonic stones like the pyramids, the planet Earth, and the universe are one with you and are therefore in tune with you, the receiver. In a biological sense, it makes you the receiver of information from your past relatives who are not dead. If energy cannot be destroyed but only change in form, then your relatives who pass from this physical realm to the next realm are still here and alive. And this affirmation will help you to magnify your connection to them, if you will. For you do have a mental radio in your head, whether you accept it or not. You are always receiving sound from outer space, from beings that exist out of the body, locked by time. Those of your own genes are speaking to you all the time, but you can't hear them because you must learn how to tune in on their frequencies. Once you do that, you will hear them and be able to interact with them once again. You only need to activate or turn on your mental radio. Many of you have blockage like static sounds on the radio. That is why religion is so dangerous, for it within itself is a broadcast station. And if you accept that program, which is other people's opinions, if you carry other people's names and titles, if you accept other people's ancestors' spirit force, which is what religion is making you do, it is like the radio is not tuned on your own station. And you, like a crystal, have pre-encoded memory that you do have access to. You only need to be stimulated mentally. But religion and misinformation is what blocks most people. According to many adepts of higher learning, it is taught that when the thalamus gland is stimulated, the subconscious seems to yield more information. It is with the aid of the crystal or the magnifying effect of the pyramid shape, which creates a balancing effect, enabling you to receive sounds from outer space. But you must realize that this physical life is nothing more than waves, sound, and light, which is a form of illusion. You see, nothing you touch is really a solid. All things are vibrating, and the speed by which things vibrate determines how dense a thing or being is. I'm Kefre, and this is Back to the Basic. Like, share, and subscribe. Facts we stated. You wanna know something? Go back to basics. Mozart trapping was called the Matrix. The world fibrilized, yet it's hard to face it. So I spread truth, hope you embrace it.